go to Rand Paul website and you see
Dr. Anthony Fauci, who, of course, is Joe Biden's chief medical advisor, finally exposed Republican Senator Rand Paul's grift during a Senate hearing on COVID-19. Check this out.
If you look at everything that I said, you accuse me of in a monolithic way telling people what they need to do. Everything that I've said has been in support of the CDC guidelines. Wear a mask, get boosted.
And you've advocated to make it coercive and done through force. You've advocated that it be done by mandate.
Right.
You've advocated that your infallible opinion be dictated by law.
Right. So again, Madam Chair, I would like just a couple of minutes because this happens all the time. You personally attack me, and with absolutely not a shred of evidence of anything you say. So I would like to make something clear to the committee. He's doing this for political reasons. What you need to do is, he said in front of this committee.
You think your takedown of three prominent epidemiologists was not political?
You don't want me to finish because you know what I'm going to say. So I ask myself, why would Senator want to do this? So go to Rand Paul website and you see fire Dr. Fauci with a little box that says contribute here. You can do $5, $10, $20, $100. So you are making a catastrophic epidemic for your political gain. So the
you have politically attacked your colleagues and in a politically reprehensible way attacked their reputations.
Okay, so I'm going to get to my thoughts on Anthony Fauci in a bit here, but first, this has been going on for months. Finally, Anthony Fauci got the balls to call this out. Rand Paul has been purposely manufacturing this war with Anthony Fauci to fundraise. He's been doing this for a while. I don't know why it took Fauci this long to finally fight back, but I'm glad he did. That said, I don't think Fauci is a perfect person. I'll get to my thoughts on that in a second, but to be a little more clear here in terms of how Rand Paul's words have impacted, of course, in terms of the scientific data and the consensus around that, it definitely had a negative impact on how conservatives at least feel about the vaccine and the pandemic in general. But in terms of the impact on Fauci, I mean, there's been a few arrests over this. So a man was arrested for allegedly threatening to kill Anthony Fauci and his family. This is back in July. Again, this is in the middle of all the Fauci-Rand Paul war. More recently, an armed man with TikTok hit list, including Biden, Fauci, arrested on the way to White House. So another person arrested over this. Now, there are criticisms of Fauci for sure, but they have to do with him not following scientific data. Not him and his approach here to recommending masks, to recommending the vaccine, the booster. That's all fine. The issue is moments like this, where Fauci says CDC reducing COVID isolation time guidelines will get people back to jobs. So when the CDC reduced the quarantine guideline from 10 days to 5 days, based on absolutely no scientific data, just purely done to serve corporations. You had companies like Delta Airlines lobbying the CDC for months to do this. When the CDC finally broke down and caved to massive corporations, Fauci just agreed with them, as opposed to saying, no, this does not support the data. This is not scientific. This is not based in scientific evidence. They're doing this to serve massive corporations. Instead of saying that, he simply parrots what the CDC says. So if you want to criticize Dr. Fauci, do it over something like this, which, by the way, Rand Paul loves. He loves that the CDC reduced these guidelines. So he's in line with Dr. Fauci on this. So he's not going to criticize him over this, but this is the actual criticism of Fauci, is when his opinions, is what he says, differs from the actual scientific data. Now, Rand Paul, on the other hand, has, while I read this little headline here, imagine instead of Rand Paul, I'm saying Anthony Fauci. Rand Paul swears there is an innocent explanation for not disclosing his wife's COVID stocks for 16 months. The senator's wife invested in a company that makes COVID treatments, as he insisted the virus was nothing to worry about and preventative measures should be ignored. So imagine this was Dr. Fauci and not Rand Paul. Rand Paul's wife made money off of COVID treatments while Rand Paul was downplaying the severity of the virus, meaning that his wife made more money when those treatments were being used during the pandemic. When more people got sick, his wife made more money. Now imagine Dr. Fauci did this. What would the reaction be? But no, people don't trust Fauci, they trust Rand Paul more, even though Rand Paul was making money off of the pandemic being worse. So this is what blows me away about these criticisms. There are actual criticisms here of Fauci when it comes to the scientific data and not following it. But people are blind to that and blind to this. It is incredible. Last thing here, if you are in Kentucky and you want to replace your horrible Senator Rand Paul, check out Charles Booker. He's a fantastic candidate. He supports issues like Medicare for All. He actually looks at the science, at the data when it comes to the pandemic, when it comes to the climate crisis. He fights for the working class, fights for unions. He is a fantastic candidate. I'll link to his page below the video on YouTube. I hope there's a shot. I know it's Kentucky. I know Democrat here, so it's going to be tough. Definitely an uphill battle for Charles Booker. But man, this is a great opportunity to actually have somebody in your state that represents you. So I'll link to his page below this video on YouTube.